Witchfire just made AAA look pathetic. You know, I've been thinking about getting this game. I've always thought it looked really good. People were saying it's kind of like Destiny, but like in a more like
While the rest
fantasy
of the
style.
industry argues about crunch, live service roadmaps, and how to squeeze another tenner out of cosmetics, a tiny indie team of 12 Polish developers spent 10 years
12
making a
people
unique
made
shooter
this. Dude, look how fucking good this looks.
that just works. No battle passes, no daily challenges, no premium
Yeah,
currency.
dude, I fucking hate all that shit. I won't even play games like that. The second I hear that a game has some shit like that, I'm like, bro, it's a video game. I'm supposed to have fun. Stop doing this stupid daily challenge shit. Even a Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising has fucking daily challenges. And I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna play this game for 10 minutes every day just to get this shit.
No
That's so
cosmetics,
stupid.
just guns, magic,
Just
progression,
make a fun
discovery,
game
and that dangerous
and I'll
feeling
play
when
it.
you keep telling yourself, just one more run at 2 a.m. 90% positive Steam reviews from over 10,000 reviews, made by a studio that respects you enough to let you fail, adapt, and try again, and all for just 30 quid. This is Witchfire, made by the Astronauts, a studio based in Warsaw, and you know their work even if you don't know their name. These are the developers behind Painkiller and Bulletstorm, proper old school shoot.
Oh. You know what's funny is I was thinking about playing Bulletstorm the other day. I didn't know they made this. And then Painkiller, I have seen Painkiller. I don't know if I'll play it. I'll play it
That
eventually,
didn't
maybe.
apologize for being violent or difficult. When Epic bought their studio, People Can Fly, Adrian Schmilars and his team eventually walked away. Why? Because they got tired of watching the industry turn everything into a live service cash grab. So in 2012, they founded the Astronauts and made The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, a first person mystery that trusted you to
God, I know all of these games. I've just never played any of them. It really goes to show how much I scroll on like shops, online shops, because I scroll past these games a lot, and a lot of the names they stick with me because I'm like, maybe, you know, and a lot of them I add to my wish list, and then I just kind of push them back, you know. It's like, oh, maybe if I'm in the mood for this kind of game, eventually I'll play it. Because sometimes I get in certain moods where I'm like, I want to play this very specific kind of game and nothing else.
solve puzzles through discovery, exploration, and using your brain. And since then, he and 11 other developers spent a decade making a game they actually wanted to play, a shooter unlike anything they've ever done
It looks
before. Their
good.
philosophy comes down to what they call competence and autonomy. Trust the player to be good at games and give them the freedom to play the game how they want. No hand holding, no artificial barriers, no systems designed to waste your time, just a game that assumes you're capable of adapting, evolving.
So that's how most games should be, right? I'm not saying every game should have this philosophy, but there are certain genres that should try to hold on to them. Most action games should have some level of pushing you. And yeah, should they have some kind of like easier mode for like casual players? Sure. That's kind of always what I've thought. You have your default mode that's very challenging and pushes you, and then for the casual players, you have the casual mode where it just like makes it easier, right? You don't need like 15 difficulties. I don't think you need that. You need your base mode, and then you could just add an easy mode. And then if you want to update it later to add some fucking crazy hardcore mode that's unfair and bullshit, go ahead.
And figuring things out. Now, look, I love a good story driven game. RPGs are my bread and butter, but sometimes you just want to pick up a controller, shoot things, get stronger, and do it again without some
That is
NPC
very fun.
explaining the 200-year lore of every door handle. Witchfire gets this. No lengthy cutscenes, no companions chattering in your ear, no quest logs full of fetch quests disguised as meaningful choice, just pure addictive gameplay. And it's a genre
He's just
fusion that
fucking
sounds
destroying them.
mental on paper. It's a first person shooter meets roguelite, meets single player extraction shooter, meets Souls like boss combat with
Here's the thing about roguelikes and roguelites. I don't like them very much. I don't like roguelikes. And it's not it's not necessarily that the games are bad. I just don't really like the genre. I can't get into them. They just I'll play them for a while. I'll have a little bit of fun, and then I'll die a couple times, and I'll go, uh, I don't know if I really like this. You know, it would have to be really fucking good in some ways, but I don't know, man. I really don't like roguelikes that much. Even like Hades, like as good as Hades is as a game, it's kind of funny because Hades is a game that I think is like objectively good. Everything about it is good. The level design is good. great. The fucking voice acting is fantastic. The gameplay is a ton of fun. The game looks amazing. The upgrades are really cool. The runs are awesome, but it's just like, man, I get like tired of it, man. I just get so tired of it. There's so many other games that just hook me so much better than what roguelikes do. They just don't. They don't hook me that way. It's not that the games themselves are bad, but roguelikes really just don't tickle my fancy like a lot of other games do. I prefer more linear style games. Right now I actually just played Streets of Rage 4 and I beat it on normal, and now I'm running through it again on hardest difficulty, called hardest, which isn't even the hardest difficulty. Is fucking I don't know why. The hardest difficulty is called Mania Plus or something like that. I don't know. I'm getting off
Light
topic.
RPG mechanics thrown in on top. And that shouldn't work, but it does, and it works so well because every system serves the core gameplay loop. You drop into a run, you fight through the map, you collect Witchfire, the game's currency, and face a choice. Push deeper for better rewards, or extract and spend what you've earned. Because you can't just level up mid-run like in Elden Ring, you have to end the run, extract with your Witchfire, and upgrade back at base. Which means every encounter becomes a question of, do I risk the boss fight now and potentially lose everything, or do I play it safe, extract, and come back stronger? That tension is real. Anyone who's played
That's the thing about games is that, like, especially action games, is that like on the fly decision making of like being like, okay, what should I do here? Should I like so this is kind of the thing in a lot of games, and not just like stuff like this, but just the little decisions you make. For example, in Resident Evil 4 or just Resident Evil in general, right? Where if a zombie's coming at you, you and this is the kind of thing I like about old Resident Evil games is when you aim, you have to kind of like sit there and aim. You can't just aim and run away while you're aiming. You have to like stand. So there's this like decision that you have to make. Do I sit here and actually try to shoot them and waste my ammo? Or do I run? Or do I, in Resident Evil 4's case, do I shoot him in the knee and fucking suplex him and throw him off a cliff and then go back to their mother's house and fuck her a couple times and then come back and finish him off? You finish him after you finish her mother, finish his
Souls
mother.
like knows that feeling. The moment when you're carrying more currency than you're comfortable losing, it's squeaky bum time. Every system in
Decisions are always
Witchfire is
fun.
built around one principle: depth over grind. And don't get me wrong, there is grind, but it feeds into a much bigger system. For example, take the rosary beads. Similar to Bloodborne's
The anal
Cameral
beads.
runes for build experimentation, you find these rosary beads scattered around the maps or as loot drops. Each bead changes how you play: more spell damage, faster reload speeds, elemental resistances. But the key bit, you're not locked in. You find a bead that doesn't work with your build, you can swap it out. Or if you want to try something completely different, go exploring and find some new beads.
Lots of
It
decision
encourages
making.
both exploration
Very
and
good.
build diversity without punishing experimentation. The workshop is where you research and unlock new weapons and gear, and they've just recently ditched random progression entirely. No more praying to the RNG gods for
Oh,
the
good.
weapon that you want. You just research what you need when you need it for the build that you're planning, and there are loads of elemental synergies to discover,
That's cool.
loads to experiment
So that's pretty neat. So you're not going to be wasting your time as much.
with. Even better, weapons have their own upgrade objectives. Each tier unlocks new perks and stats. It's progression you can see coming, not a slot machine. But the real stroke of genius is the Gnosis system. Most games punish you for leveling up by automatically scaling enemy difficulty. Witchfire lets you choose when you're ready for a bigger challenge. You increase your Gnosis level and new areas unlock: vaults, hidden sections, tougher enemies, dungeons. You're not just making fights harder, you're accessing content that you couldn't reach before. Earlier maps now suddenly have new secrets to discover. It's player autonomy in action. You decide when you're ready. The game doesn't force you into it. Here's what blows my mind though. Witchfire is still in early access. It costs 30
Oh,
quid
that's
and was
right.
made by
That's why I didn't play it. That was the reason. I was trying to remember there was some reason why I just did not play this game. Yeah, I don't play early access games. I just refuse to. I don't like the practice of early access. I can understand it with like these indie games, right? Like, you need to get your game out there and make some money. You don't have an infinite funding, but the whole practice of early access, I'm not a fan of generally. But I could forgive it with a game that only has 12 devs.
just 12 people, and yet it
Yeah.
runs better than most AAA games do at full launch. No shader compilation stutter, no texture popping, no mysterious frame drops when you
Yeah,
look at
so
the
it's
trim. It just
basically out.
works. And sadly, in 2025, that's considered a huge positive. 90% positive Steam reviews across 10,000 players. That's the result of quality gameplay meeting technical performance. But here's where they really show their commitment. So they've been delivering massive content updates throughout the early access period. Ghost Galleon and the Wailing Tower came out in 2024, Witch Mountain earlier this year, and Webgrave just dropped in last month. It was a complete technical overhaul with new weapons, new maps, and systems. And each update actually
This
works
shit
on
looks
launch
sick as
day. No
fuck.
emergency maintenance, no Twitter apologies, just solid quality updates.
That shit's so fucking sad. It's like Expedition 33, where it's like it's only 30 people working on it, and they deliver a product that not only has a lot of content in it, but it's incredible. It's so well made. The story, the gameplay, the level design, the enemy design, the boss design, the everything about it. And then at the same time, it also runs well. It actually runs really good, which was the one thing that I was worried about.
That work. And meanwhile, AAA studios are charging 70 quid for games that need 6 months of patches to reach basic functionality. And
Yeah.
here's the astronauts charging half that for an early access title that's more polished than any of them. Witchfire doesn't apologize for being difficult, and it is difficult, but that's the point. Most modern games treat you like you're made of glass. Witchfire.
Yeah. See, here's the funny thing is that people always complain that games aren't hard anymore, but they'll forgive something like Red Dead Redemption 2. And look, I'm not hating on Red Dead 2. It's a different kind of game. But what the thing that annoys me about Red Dead 2 is that people love the game so much that they'll blindly praise things about it that just aren't true. They'll say that the gameplay is incredible. Why? Because you could fucking watch the animations of him skinning a horse. The gameplay in Red Dead 2 is objectively bad. It's an objectively badly made game when it comes to its actual like combat and cover system and gameplay. It's just bad. It's not well designed. Are there things about it that are cool? Sure. Are the gun sounds amazing? Yeah. Are the animations incredible? Yeah, of course. All presentational things are incredible in that game. But the game is extremely easy. It basically aims your gun for you. It fucking rides your horse for you. The game essentially plays itself, like Donkey said in one of his videos. It's basically a playable movie, and yet gamers will lie to themselves and say, "Oh, but the gameplay is amazing." No, it's not. Having good sound design and animations don't make gameplay amazing, okay? It makes good sound designs and animation. That's all it is.
Expects you to fail, learn, adapt, try again. The developers follow what they call the 3 paths to victory philosophy. Borrowed from Soulsborne games, you can win through skill, smarts, or power, perfect aim and movement, clever use of abilities and environmental knowledge, or grinding levels and better gear. But here's the key difference from something like Destiny. Enemies don't become literally immune if you're underleveled. No big red immune text patronizing you for even trying. If
That's
you're good enough,
stupid.
skilled enough, you can still win regardless of your level. And the game is hard, especially early on. You're not meant to clear every map on every run. You're meant to push as far as you can, die, extract what you've learned, and come back stronger. Not stronger because the game handed you a participation trophy, stronger because you actually got better at playing. And here's something you don't
Yeah.
see often. The astronauts are active on Reddit, answering questions, taking feedback, actually implementing suggestions where they make sense. When's the last time that we saw devs engaging honestly instead of going silent for months between patches that fix basic functionality? And that builds trust. But what Witchfire represents is the bigger story here. 12 developers, 10 years of development, no marketing blitz, no celebrity endorsements, no promises about changing gaming forever. Just a shooter that works, respects you, and delivers exactly what it promises. While major studios throw hundreds of millions at live service disasters that shut down after 6 months,
In Concord. Concord didn't shut down after 6 months though. It shut down before 6 weeks. That shit was out like immediately.
these Polish developers quietly built something that lasts. Proof that quality, passion, and clear creative vision trumps any budget or glossy marketing campaign. This isn't just another indie success story, it's a manifesto in gunpowder, pain, and quality. And if this came from a major publisher, it would be twice the size, double the price, half the quality, and buried under
God,
seasonal
that's so
content and
fucking
premium
true.
currencies.
Oh, what's
Witchfire
up,
probably
Patrick
won't hit 10
Hoffman?
million players,
How you
it might
doing?
never make AAA money, but it proves something that the industry forgot. You can build a loyal community by just making something with passion, not by manipulating people to stay logged in. These are the games that we should support, games made with the sole purpose of delivering quality, not siphoning wallets. It's what happens when developers still care about the craft. Witchfire isn't just a great shooter,
Yeah, you could tell there's a lot of passion put in this.
it's a
No Space Marine 2 today.
rejection of
I technically already beat it. My internet had went out and I went ahead and beat it. But I'll probably play some online of it eventually, but no, I'm not going to play any today.
everything wrong with modern game design. And if you want more honest coverage of games that actually matter, not because someone paid me to say it, but because they're actually worth your time, then subscribe. Otherwise, go play Witchfire, support developers who still care about quality, because it still matters, even if the industry pretends it doesn't. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one.
Oh, there it is. Witchfire looks sick as fuck. Give that a like. Yeah, check this video out. Veteran joystick. Plays with his veteran joystick, I'm sure.